Hello and welcome to the People's Voice on Voice of the People television, where the stories that matter take the center stage. I am Adefunke Jaisimi with our news updates as we cover several key stories that are currently shaping the Nigerian landscape. So let's begin and start with this breaking news as the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, has removed Senator Natasha as chairman of the Senate Committee on Diaspora and Non-Governmental Organizations, NGOs. Akpabio was previously removed as chair of the Senate Committee on Local Content in February and reassigned to lead the Diaspora and the NGOs Committee. With this latest development, she will no longer head any Senate committee. Senator Anekan Bassi, representing Akwa Ibom North East, has been appointed as her replacement. This is going to, there's a lot of reaction trailing this already, but we'll be keeping you up to speed with more stories on this. And of course, we'll get a bit of reaction from our studio too. But let's talk about the controversy surrounding Anambra State Governor, as the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has criticized Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Soludo, over his recent comments linking Igbo youths to kidnappings in the Southeast. IPOB's Director of Media and Publicity, Ima Powerful, described Soludo's comments as inflammatory and baseless, warning that they could lead to the persecution of innocent Igbo youths. According to Powerful, Soludo's statements amount to a green light for security agencies and alleged Fulani militias to target the Igbo youths. Another story is that of the Supreme Court as it affirms the Edo State governor's victory. In a significant judicial development, the Supreme Court has upheld the election of Monday Akpabio as the governor of Edo State. This court's decision dismissed an appeal filed by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate Asurime Igodalo, who alleged electoral irregularities. The Apex Court held that the appellants failed to provide credible evidences to substantiate their claims. But also in politics and elections, Senator Abba Moro and House Minority Leader Honorable Kingsley Chinda have distanced themselves from the ongoing coalition talks within the African Democratic Congress ADC. Moro emphasized his loyalty to the People's Democratic Party, stating, "I am not joining any coalition. I think the politics of gang-up is not a solution to our problem." Chinda also echoed Moro's sentiments, citing internal conflicts already existing within the ADC. Meanwhile, Labour Party's chieftain, Dr. John Nwokeabia, has called on the coalition of political parties to pick former presidential candidate Peter Obi as their sole candidate for the 2027 presidential election. Nwokeabia believes Obi's leadership would be key to securing a resounding victory for the coalition. So, we talk about security, where in Kebbi State, the Nigerian Army 223 Light Battalion successfully repelled a bandit attack on Riba Town, killing several bandits and recovering weapons. The attack, which occurred on July 9, that's yesterday, 2025, involved over 400 armed bandits who sought to overrun the communities. The swift intervention of the Nigerian Armed Force, whose fighter jets provided critical air support, was instrumental in foiling the attack. Also, we see in Katsina State, where the Joint Security Forces killed 30 bandits and rescued 4 farmers in a fierce counter-offensive following a coordinated attack on 3 villages. The State Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs confirmed the incident, stating that the attackers struck Kadisau, Raudama, and Sabon Layi communities around 5 p.m. on Monday, July 8, 2025. But on the part of the Independent National Electoral Commission, talk about voter registration, the INEC has opened a window for citizens who have turned 18 to register and obtain their permanent voter card (PVCs). The continuous voter registration exercise, which commenced on July 8, aims to ensure inclusive participation of young adults in the electoral process. Anambra State Commissioner for Information, Dr. Law Mefo, urged eligible citizens to take advantage of the exercise, which ends on July 17. The registration exercise is particularly significant ahead of the November 8 governorship election in Anambra State, with citizens who have relocated from Anambra to other parts of the country and wish to transfer their voting rights, as well as those who have lost or defaced their voters card, are also eligible to participate in this exercise. And it's no longer news that the local government elections will be held in Lagos on Saturday, 12 July 2025. We also urge Lagosians to turn up in their numbers to vote for their desired candidates. But that's all for today's news update on People's Voice. We've already covered several stories, including the controversy surrounding Anambra State Governor's remark, the Supreme Court affirmation of Edo State Governor's election, security updates from Kebbi, Katsina State, and the ongoing voter registration exercise. And in that breaking news, we talk about the replacement of Natasha being a committee head with another senator in the House. But we'd love to hear from you. We want to know which of the stories is the biggest for you and how you react to the conversation we're having in the story. So please be a part of the conversation by calling or texting us via WhatsApp on 090-447-32605. 090-447-32605 is the number to call us via WhatsApp, and follow us on all social media platforms at VOPTV Live. You can also use the hashtag People's Voice on VOPTV. And on YouTube, we are Voice of the People TV. Kindly hit the subscribe button, and together we can make our voices heard. We'll be back after this break to discuss the latest developments in Edo Guba Court judgment. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to the People's Voice. We are discussing the latest developments in Edo State governorship election dispute. So the Supreme Court has upheld the election of Senator Monday Akpabio, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Asu Ighodalo has reacted to the judgment. Ighodalo has described the ruling as a betrayal of the people of Edo State, expressing disappointment and accusing the system of betraying the trust of the Edo people. He also acknowledged the finality of the judgment, but emphasized that it does not amount to justice. Ighodalo vowed to continue speaking truth to power and urged his supporters not to lose hope despite what he described as a stolen mandate. In a statement, Ighodalo praised the resilience of the people of Edo State, saying, "We may not have won the office, but we won something greater. We found one another. We discovered our collective strength." He also cautioned those in power to lead with humility and govern with conscience, warning that history will deliver its own verdict. Well, I'm now being joined by Dr. Peter Anosike live in the studio here with me in Lagos State, VOP in-house analyst, and also from Benin City, we have been joined by High Chief Lawrence Okoro, who will be sharing his thoughts on the recent Supreme Court ruling that affirmed Senator Monday Akpabio as the governor of Edo State. So, because it's the news that broke today, and the development has really sparked varied reactions across the state, with supporters of Asu Ighodalo expressing disappointment and frustration. But let's come to our guest in Benin. Chief, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Adi. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. So I want to feel the pulse of the people in Edo State. What are your thoughts on the Supreme Court's decision, and how have Ighodalo supporters reacted to the news so far? What's happening?
Yeah, but thank you very much. The mood in the state has pretty much been the way it has been since the declaration of the wrong result, actually, because Dr. Asu Ighodalo won the election in September, you know, and when the INEC announced the results, the fraudulent result, and I will say that, then since that time up to now, the mood in those states generally has been very, very dull. Nothing is happening in those states, nothing like governance, nothing. Also, like, so today, right now, when the news actually broke, uh, it has just been the same, everywhere is just quiet, everywhere is just moody, because if it was the people's mandate, that was actually declared in court today, you would have seen like different scenes, jubilation, celebrations, and everything. Edo people are very, very happy people,
No,
very
but
jolly good
sorry,
fellows.
let me come in there. I mean, not the governor. Ighodalo has said that it was a betrayal of the Edo people, that the judgment actually betrayed the trust of the Edo people. And you were at the forefront of the campaign of Ighodalo.
You see, all right. Like I said earlier, this is actually what the INEC announced in Edo State was a fraudulent result, and I'll stand by it because in my local government, already local government is at the heart of Benin City, you know, and at the end of the day, we won that local government.
When
I
you say
was there
we,
at the
which
collation
party?
center. We, like that's where Godalo,
Ighodalo's supporters, okay.
so that particular night, I was there at the collation center, whereby things were being done, and I was shouting on top of my voice. The police, they were there, every other person, they were there, and I know so many APC members that they were there also, trying to do things there. Then at the end of the day, result changed the next day when they announced and they declared that the APC won that local government. So with what I'm saying right now is there was this betrayal
So when
from
you
INEC.
say things were happening, we'd like you to speak in specific terms, just for clarity and for the
Okay.
sake of people watching. What are the things that were
Okay.
happening? How did the
All
result
right.
change overnight? Was there a result presented to you at the conclusion of the election and another result announced 24 hours later? And does the result from that local government alone change the entire narrative about the total result at the end of the election? Explain more.
Okay. All right. When we're talking about elections, when you're going to an election, you know for a fact that you know your strongholds and you know your weak points as well. So already local government is a very, very stronghold of the PDP, and at the end of the day, you will find out that a whole lot of voters, the electorates, they are based in already local government and Orion local government.
Okay.
The PDP won those two local governments. Then at the end of the day, they snatched the mandate of those people and so many other local governments that would have turned the hands of time based on what INEC would announce at the end of it. So right now, what the PDP is trying to do, or what the PDP tried to do, was okay. Let these people know we want these local governments. Look at the actual results because my own poly unit, my own ward 5 already local government, my own ward, the result was changed. So coming into the INEC results, we discovered that okay, these things they were changed, and we went to court. So it's okay. Look at what is happening in Edo State and what has happened in Edo State. The INEC per se changed this result and made it a different result. We went to court, we challenged all of these things with evidence, presented beavers, presented everything. Then at the end of the day, they were using technicalities to beat us out of court.
Exactly, because the judgment reads that there were no substantial evidence to back the claims of
See,
the PDP.
yeah, you see, let me tell you this for free, right? Right now, the judiciary in Nigeria is just a laughing stock because what they are trying to do is to tell the common man. Because before now, they used to say, "Oh, uh, um, 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 judiciary is the last hope of the common man." But right now, it's not even the hope of anybody. It's just the hope of the strongest man.
All right.
Because when the strong man oppresses you and you go to court, the strong man would actually win. Because right now, the case is what we took to court with very, very clear evidence. The judges did not even look at those evidences or even say, okay, let them judge based on that. You are using technicalities to just brush our case aside. It
Okay.
doesn't make sense.
All right. Thank you very much. But in one word, you earlier said that the atmosphere there is cool, calm, and normal. In another voice, you are saying that the judges did not do justice to the evidences presented in court. So I want you to summarize your thoughts and let me get your final thoughts on this election, this judgment on the victory of Governor Monday Akpabio.
Okay, all right, thank you. Right now, in Edo State, we all know for a fact that since of the inauguration of Monday Akpabio as the governor of Edo State up to now, we've not seen any presence of government. There has been no governance in Edo State. If you look at, like, you see videos everywhere of floods happening everywhere, you see things happening, the task force in Edo State right now, Mondo is giving task force contract to everybody. I was somewhere this afternoon. A set of persons walked to into a shop,
Okay.
and they were harassing the lady about stuff. And at the end of the day, I went in to ask, okay, what's happening? They told me categorically that the governor gave them a contract, that the governor is trying to reward people that supported him.
Okay,
Is that the kind of government that we
thank you
want in
very
those states?
much, sir. Sir Law, thank you very much. Those are allegations, and this is not a matter of taking it to court.
These are not allegations. I'm telling you facts.
This is
I'm
something
telling
that
you
you
facts.
saw. There are no pictorial or video evidences to
I'm
what
telling you facts.
you have
I'm
just
telling you
said.
facts.
So I just wanted to get your thoughts on the judgments in Edo State and what the temperature
Yeah,
has been
so
like. Thank you so much for your time. We need to
all
go
right.
now. Thank you very much. Let me come back to the
All
studio
right.
now to hear from Dr. Peter Anosike. Doctor, you heard from someone speaking live from the city of Benin in Edo State talk about the reaction to the the judgment from the court. With everything being said, how do you think this ruling will impact the political landscape and future elections in Edo State and Nigeria as a whole?
Well, for me, I strongly believe that we are no more practicing democracy in Nigeria. This is autocracy. Somebody say, if you want a do, I'll give you a do. And Ganduje said that they are going to capture Edo. Understand?
Yeah.
So, and this is not the words that are used in a democratic dispensation. Many years ago, I used to have a respect for judges. But since 2015, I have more respect for the Arboros on Lagos Road than the judges in Nigeria. Since 2015, I have more respect for the touts on Lagos Road than the judges in Nigeria.
Why did you say that?
Because the Arboros has more integrity than the Nigerian judges.
And it started in 2015.
That's my reason.
There were no cases of...
That is my reason. Since 2015, I have more respect for the touts, for the motor park touts, than the judges in different courts in Nigeria, starting from 2015.
Okay.
So for me, this is not a democracy. It is a loss on for the Edo people. It is a big loss for the people of Edo State, because comparing Monday Obebonda, or whatever is his name, with Asu Igadondo, it's like comparing a master's degree holder and a primary six holder. So it is a loss on the people of Edo State, because governance is going to suffer in Edo in the next 4 years.
Okay, your thoughts, but that's how we wrap up on that conversation. We'll go on a quick break now, and when we return, we'll come to talk about the controversies surrounding Anambra State Governor's recent submission on the killings and kidnappings in the southeast region. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to the People's Voice. Interesting conversations there. If you are in Edo State or the environs, we'd like to hear from you. We really want to know what your opinions and thoughts are, because I know that when it comes to election, there are people that must have voted for all different candidates, and their opinions will definitely vary. So let's hear from you. Let's know what your thoughts are and how you react to this recent judgment. And on the part of Ighodalo, he has told the people to remain calm, but this is not justice. But we'll be discussing a recent controversy surrounding Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Soludo. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has criticized Soludo over his remarks linking Igbo youth to kidnappings in the southeast. IPOB's Director of Media and Publicity, Emma Powerful, described Soludo's comments as inflammatory and baseless, warning that they could lead to the persecution of Igbo people. According to IPOB's Soludo statement, which claimed that 99% of arrested kidnappers in Anambra State were Igbos, was made without evidences and could justify extrajudicial killings, illegal arrests, and mass raids. The group also accused Soludo of pursuing political ambition at the expense of his people's safety and challenged him to present verified investigations or convictions to support his claims. IPOB also accused Soludo of working against the release of their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is currently in detention. The group urged the people of Anambra and the wider southeastern people to be vigilant and recognize their true enemies. You heard that correctly. True enemies. So, I'd like to hear from you, but as always, I'm already joined by Dr. Peter Anosike, and we will be hearing his thoughts on this matter because it's a very sensitive issue. Dr. Anosike, thank you again for being on People's Voice. I'd like to get your perspective on the recent controversy surrounding the Governor Soludo's remark on kidnappings in the Southeast, even though he made this remark far away outside the shores of Nigeria. But how can security intelligence be balanced with emotional responses in situations like the kidnappings in Anambra State, where the leader, the governor, is making public statements that may full tension?
Well, for me, partly I believe Soludo, and on the other hand, I also believe Emma powerful, because there are two different things here. One is that 99% of the kidnappers arrested are Igbos. Then the other one, that one I go with Chukuma Soludo.
Okay, so let's take it one by one. Let's talk about that one first.
Yes, there's an adage in Igbo land that a thief cannot go to steal where he does not know.
Okay.
Understand?
Yes.
That a thief cannot go to steal where he does not know, because the thief is not does not want to die. So he will make sure that he has his way of escape. And you can only do that where you are versatile, where you are conversant with. So I will find it difficult to believe that somebody from Adamawa, from Katsina, from Ogbomosho will go to Anambra to do kidnapping. Understand? Where are you taking other person to? You cannot take him or her to the forest because you don't know the terrain in the forest.
Okay.
It is those who knows that the forest where it needs to that can kidnap and take them to the forest.
Okay.
If it's on the highway Abuja Okene Road, understand me? And because those areas are like no man's land. But within Anambra is a landlocked state.
Yeah, like an indigenous space.
So wherever you want to, any exit is taking you to another Igbo state.
Community, right? So
for you, who is an outsider, doesn't speak that language, it will be very, very difficult.
Okay.
Understand? And again, Soludo say that we should be guided by facts, we should be objective. He said 99% of those arrested.
Right, those that have been apprehended.
Which means those people have been arrested already and interrogated.
So there's an intelligence that reports that he must have gotten.
So not those that are kidnapped, but the people that have been arrested. Understand? Which means those people have been interrogated and their names known. Okay. So that it could be based on that Soludo made that statement.
Right.
Understand me?
Right.
And as I said earlier, no thief can go to steal where he's not conversant with.
Right.
So on that, I'm with Soludo.
All right. So on the other topic,
I am with Chukuma Soludo. But on the other issue of
Nnamdi Kanu.
No, there's another one of governors in the southeast prioritizing their next election.
Their ambition, okay.
Over
the safety of their own people. Over the
safety and even the well-being of the people.
Right.
I go with IPOB.
Okay, so you're saying the Southeast now is not even peculiar to Professor Charles Soludo alone.
All of them are doing it. All of them are agents of the Fundanese. All the governors in the Southeast are agents of the Fundanese. No exception.
So why do you say this, doctor? What are the evidences or maybe the proof that you have to back this up?
I'll give you Nsukka, for example.
Okay.
In Ozo 1, herdsmen came and killed people. Women came out to protest over the killing of their children. The governor directed police and the soldiers to go and tear gas them. Mothers protesting over the killing of their own children.
That happened in Nsukka?
Uzo 1. It has been on the news.
Okay.
Now understand me?
Which state is that?
Enugu State.
Okay.
Enugu State. So we have heard that in Ebonyi State, where herdsmen killed Abakaliki people. Understand me? The governor said that that massacre was carried out by the indigenes of Abakaliki, not herdsmen. Understand me?
Yeah, I get it.
So that is there. Then
let me come in there. When governors come to say things like this, don't you think that it is based on the intelligence, like security intelligence they get? You think they can say things like this without any proof?
They want to be on the good book of the Fundanese.
So much that they would, they would put the lives of their own people, their own citizens.
They are doing it already. They are doing it already. Have you heard that any herdsman was arrested in the Southeast? Have you heard?
So who is protecting these herdsmen?
Then
who is protecting?
Then Hope Ozodemo of Imo State should have his DNA examined, because I don't think that he is an Igbo man. Hope Ozodemo's DNA should be examined, because I don't think he is an Igbo man.
Why did you say this? Because of his position?
Or the first international airline that took off, the first airline that took off from Imo State Airport, Sambako Airport, headed to Saudi Arabia.
Because it was time for Hajj.
Understand me?
And they sponsored...
At the first.
Doctor.
At the first. Doctor. And the Sultan of Sokoto, they hired a private jet to bring the Sultan of Sokoto to Owerri to see that his people are going to Hajj.
Doctor, I saw that video and okay. I watched that live program.
One of the biggest
I watched that live program. There are Igbos that are actually Muslims, and they granted interviews on national TV. It was the Hajj season at the time, and the government supported the Muslim community, which is something that a lot of states do. Do you think that it's beyond them just trying to support the Muslim base in the state? Is that what you're saying?
I say Imo State has one of the largest mosques in the country. Are you aware of that?
Because they have Muslims in the state.
How many Muslims in the state?
I do not understand. Is it
how many number of Muslims in the state? Has any governor in the north built a church? Mention a governor in the north that has built a church.
I will look into that and get back to you. But
the
for fairness and balance, it's okay to love both sides.
We should be balancing in the south. We should not be balancing in the north. These are agents of Fundanese.
If you have Muslims in your community,
it
is only fair that you make them comfortable. But let's talk about Governor Soludo. Do you think his comments on Igbo youths being involved in kidnappings were justified, or did he just irresponsibly target a particular group? Because you've said that it's not possible for somebody that doesn't understand an environment to come and operate there. But this is
no, we should be objective. What Soludo said is truth.
Okay.
And mind you, he did not say IPOB. He did not mention IPOB.
Exactly. But IPOB has accused Soludo of pursuing political ambition at the expense of his people's safety now.
So that's why I said that IPOB feels that that they are or the pressure group in the Southeast, that it is them that can speak for the Southeast. So that's the reason why they are speaking. But for me...
But their reaction is to a statement made by the governor. And that has been followed with the accusation that he is pursuing political ambition at the expense of his people's safety.
Which is correct.
So how do you think that Soludo's remark will impact the people of Anambra State and the Southeast at large?
Well, for me, you remember when what's his name? Tinubu visited Anambra State.
Right.
Soludo said that Tinubu is going to be the ABGA presidential candidate in 2027.
Like they are standing with him, yes, they are part of the progressives.
That's what Soludo said. That Tinubu is going to be ABGA presidential candidate in 2027.
He's not going to be ABGA's presidential candidate because he cannot be ABGA's candidate on the ballot. No, ABGA is going to adopt the presidency, the re-election. Exactly. So, sure, no, there are two different words for communication clarity. There are two different words.
No, there's no... We are not presenting any presidential...
Doctor, you can just answer the question.
We are not presenting any presidential candidate. Tinubu is going to be our presidential candidate.
Exactly.
We have adopted him.
Exactly.
Period.
It's different from being ABGA's presidential candidate.
It is the same thing.
Please go ahead and answer the question.
Eh? What question?
Okay. Let's talk about the role of leaders in situations like this. A statement was made and IPOB responded. You have said that IPOB is speaking on behalf of the entire Southeastern people. But what role do leaders play in shaping public opinion and influencing security operations in their region?
One, if the leaders have not compromised, understand me? If the leaders have not compromised, most of the leaders in the Southeast have compromised. Most of them, understand me? That even looking for who to even trust is not even there. Understand me? Because as I told you, all the governors in the South, the only person I can exempt is an ex-OT. Because I have not seen him make any statement or show any body movement that he is an agent of the Fulanese. But all the others are.
When you say that they are agents of the Fulanese and you say that they are compromised,
Bible what say do you mean? By their fruit we shall know them.
So it's
by their
it's not just it's not,
I have given you
it's not just about words now. What are the things that you expect of a Southeastern governor that these governors are not meeting up to that makes you conclude that they have been compromised?
Protecting, defending your people. Protecting and defending your people. Southeast governors, apart from Anexoti, prefer the Fulanese than to their own people. Southeast governors, apart from Anexoti, prefers other people, from the northern region to their own people. Understand me?
There are no claims to back this up. They've not appointed any northern person in the Southeast as commissioner. They've not given anybody to head any committee on whether security or growth or business or production. There has not been anything that has to do with government structure or political structure in the Southeast that you can tie to someone from the north. So what exactly are they doing?
I say they are not protecting, they are not defending their own people.
When you say they are not protecting, how?
I have given you example.
No, you've not given.
I have given you example of when women in also one in Nsukka were protesting over the killing of their children by Fulani herdsmen. The governor, Peter Mba, sent policemen and soldiers to go and beat them up, to go and tear gas them.
That is one.
That show you?
That is one. It doesn't show me anything because
it doesn't.
They were probably there was a reason. There might be a reason from the government to restore peace and civility to the community. So that's a conversation that is not mine to decide. So, but that is one that you have mentioned.
With all the killings in the Southeast,
there are killings across Nigeria. Everybody in Nigeria is calling on the government.
By herdsmen, how many herdsmen is under arrest in the Southeast? How many herdsmen are under arrest in the southeast?
Well, the people that were arrested are the ones that the governor have said that so far the ones he has or has been arrested in his own state are not from another tribe.
We are not talking of kidnappers. We are talking of those killing people.
I don't work for the security agencies.
Okay.
So if you have these things to say, there must be words or facts to back it.
I have told you what the governor did. You just mentioned
one of the governors. You have 5 states in the southeast.
Okay.
You've exonerated Alex Oti, and you've talked about one governor that has done this. There are 3 other governors in the southeast.
We through, I cannot even pronounce it.
Ebonyi State governor.
That one is a complete.
Doctor, don't address a governor. His Excellency, don't address him as that one.
It's a complete aboki.
He looks like an aboki, or he speaks
He's a complete
Kanuri.
aboki. He's a complete aboki. And in Lagos here, in the south, we know when we say aboki, that it will mean differently from when a Hausa person say aboki. Understand me?
No, you are the one that know what you mean. Because when I hear aboki, what I interpret to it is teacher. So what do you mean when you say aboki?
Even or the real word aboki is not teacher.
So what do you mean by aboki?
Teacher is malam.
It's malam. Okay, so what do you mean by aboki?
Aboki in the north is a friend.
My friend.
Understand me? Here, aboki is somebody who behaves like a sheep. Somebody who doesn't have a mind of his own.
That is new, because for me, I call my northern friends aboki. And
understand me?
So no, you won't address a governor as somebody that behaves like a sheep.
From the one, Omahi sold the Bonny to the Fulanese. He was already building a Fulani community in Ebonyi State.
But Omahi was not originally an APC member.
Omahi was already building a Fulani community. Let people from Ebonyi State call now and tell you.
So is there a problem? Is there a problem with extending love or a hand of partnership to other regions in the country?
Excuse me. Why must you be extending? Those in the north are not extending.
Do you live in the north?
I was born in the north.
And nobody, it's never been.
I was born in the north. It's never been
bliss having relationship with northerners.
I know the mentality. I say Rochas Okrocha built one of the biggest mosques in Nigeria in Owerri. Rochas Okrocha, what is his name? Hope Osodema are forcing people to claim that they are Muslims.
How long did you live in the north?
The first language I spoke.
How long did you live in the north?
More than 10 years.
So if you lived for more than 10 years, you were not kidnapped, you were not killed. So why are you saying that it is only the southeast that is extending love? So if you can successfully stay in the north for that long, that means that it is collaboration across regions.
And up to today, I still communicate with friends in the north. Understand me? So Hope Uzodinma is forcing people to claim that they are Muslims, just to make his godfathers in the north happy.
Well, we've also seen candidates.
So Nigeria,
we've also seen candidates campaign on the basis of religion, just so to get the attention of the people. When it comes to politics, it's usually political statements, and nobody can be trusted when it comes to politics.
Why should governors in the southeast be building mosque? Why no governor in the north is building a church?
We would need to talk to governors in the southeast.
Complex.
Okay, but let's talk about security agencies and prioritizing evidence-based intelligence. In your opinion, should security agencies prioritize evidence-based intelligence over public statements and emotions? And do you think that how do you think the people can separate their emotions from the reality on ground to have a really safe space?
For me, our security agencies have all compromised. That's why yesterday we are talking about Showore saying that policemen should be paid 500,000 naira a month. My response was that they shouldn't be paid an extra penny. Look at you.
Doctor,
they are connecting that on the road already.
Doctor, wait. Are you angry about everybody in Nigeria except yourself? Because what has the Nigeria police force done to you?
They are already connecting that money on the road. They don't need any 1 naira increment.
So they should continue.
Nigeria police did not need any 1 naira increment. They are already connecting that in on the roads. Example, from Andaba International Market to Ajambwadi, you have 12 police checking points. Today, police and drivers are giving change to each other.
Like you pay and collect balance. Is that what you're saying?
So they don't need any 1 naira increment.
So whatever they are earning is perfect.
They're already earning that on the road with their extortion, intimidation, knives, and so on and so forth.
So what can we do about this system?
So for me, assuming we have an impartial intelligence, understand me, being a police, army, whatever, then Nigerian masses can collaborate with them. Understand me? You can be free to give them information. But they are already biased. They are working for the government in Abuja and not for the people.
The masses.
They are working for the government in Abuja, not for the people.
But unfortunately, the people in government are a minority because the masses are the majority. And these people that you say are working for the government in Abuja are part of the masses. What exactly is the problem with the system?
No, those people in Abuja are not
the people
part of the masses.
You said they are working for the people in Abuja. So I'm telling you that the people that they use, the people that work for them are part of the masses. So what exactly is wrong?
No,
because the people within the corridors of power will not go on the street and stand at checkpoints.
You know, in the army, they have what they call officers and men. Do you understand what that means?
Tell us about it.
Officers and men. So that shows you dichotomy in the system. Understand? When there's an accident, the first thing that commander to ask, who is involved? Is it an officer or one of the men? That will now show how he would react. Understand me? And if you know barracks very well, if you are going into the mess, you'll be asked, what are you?
So you've not still defined what's the officers and men. What does that mean?
No, that's to show you that it's just like animal farm, where some animals are more equal than the others.
Oh, okay.
So these security men are working for the few in Abuja.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why you say an individual going with 15 mobile policemen.
That is what I'm saying.
Why from here to
you are not even waiting to even understand my question. So these people that are following this minority are part of the masses.
But they don't know. They don't know. That's why I have no sympathy for them. I have no act of sympathy for members of the Nigerian police. Understand? My friend was arrested that he wrote a story against government and was put in an underground cell for 3 months.
For writing a story?
For writing a story against the Nigerian state. He was arrested. Understand me? Put in underground cell for 3 months.
All right, doctor.
His wife went there and they chased his wife away.
We need to go. Thank you so much for joining us again on People's Voice today. It's been a very interesting discussion on various topics, including the Supreme Court's ruling on the Edo State governorship election and the controversy surrounding Governor Soludo's remarks on kidnappings in Anambra State. Thank you so much, Doctor. Well, as we wrap up today's program, we encourage our audience to remain engaged and informed about the issues that shape our society. Let's continue to foster constructive dialogue and promote understanding. At the end of the day, we are all we have. Until next time, I am Adefunke Jaisimi, and I strongly believe in this project Nigeria. No matter what the stories are, Nigeria will be great again. Good afternoon.